Hello, all you beautiful people. My name is Zach Dowdy. Today we're going to be talking about electric skateboards, if they're worth getting into or if they're just for lazy people. My biased opinion before I ever ridden one is that they're for lazy people, but maybe there's somewhat of a decent device for commuting to the coffee shop. Luckily, this company called Possibly sent me their electric skateboard to review on, and I received it recently, and there was a box inside of a box. It's pretty crazy, but unpacking it, honestly, this thing is really easy and ready to go right away. I was actually really hyped how all the batteries were charged. I feel like having to charge something right when you get it can be a flaw. It kind of sucks because you want to use it. So this thing is charged right out of the gate. It's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you have a remote that makes you go and stop. It did come with a skate tool, and I'm really hyped on it. I'm honestly more hyped on the skate tool that it came with than the electric skateboard itself. But to be honest, that is my biased opinion. I've never ridden an electric skateboard, so that's why I kind of wanted to make this video. If it's worth it to get one, if they're just for lazy people, why they suck, why skateboarders think they suck, and all of that. So I figured where better to go than Balboa Park. It's one of the biggest parks here in San Diego. I'm gonna ride all around the park, kind of test the skateboard out, give it a real life chance, I guess, per se, and then tell you guys some thoughts on it, why I think electric skateboards aren't really good, maybe why they are good, maybe I'll find some pros and some cons, and just kind of dive into it. Alright, so essentially I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm gonna get my basic fundamentals down, figure out how to start and go with the remote. The remote I have here, that's like a flaw too. Like, imagine if you lost the remote. I feel like you should be able to control the speed through an app or something. Maybe that's too dangerous, but got our little remote. This is like a little throttle, go and stop. I think the stopping part can be like really jolting and just send you flying. So I'm gonna ride this for the first time. I've never ridden anything like this. Kind of figured out around here first, and then I plan to go through the entire park and just see how far we can go on one battery. So first initial thoughts, my first ride on an electric skateboard, it is very jolting. Like, you get speed so fast, like the throttle just 0 to 100. That's how I felt initially. I actually almost fell off the first two, like kind of just initial startups, because it was so fast, and it's really hard to like ease into the throttle. It's almost like learning stick shift in a car. Maybe you just have to find that like nice clutch to throttle spot. Overall, I feel like I have the basic fundamentals down after a couple laps around this nice, what do you call these, in croquet area? I think it's a croquet playing area. So yeah, now that I have that down, I'm ready to jump into the park and really like see how fast we can go, how much battery life I can get out of this, and if it's an effective, tool or commuting thing for something like going through the park or camping. That's what I think would be good, going to the coffee shop like I said. But as far as like going to the skate parks and these things, that's a whole nother conversation we'll get into later. So yeah, let's test it out. Let's roll through the park. I'm kind of nervous. I almost fell a couple times, so hopefully I don't slam on the electric skateboard and I save that for my real skateboard. Trying to vlog and ride this thing at the same time is pretty crazy, pretty dangerous. I almost like zinged out already. It has so much force, but like it's like 0 to 100, but then once you're at 100, that's like max it goes. So it's kind of crazy. Like, it gets speed really fast, but there's a max amount of speed. But nor here nor there. Riding electric skateboard next to people like jogging or doing something physical definitely feels a little weird. I got to the entrance of the park very quick, I will say. It is fun. I am having a lot of fun, kind of like zipping around the park. And I'm gonna save a lot of energy. So if I had my skateboard with me, this would be a good way to like get spot to spot in this park, because this is a really big park, so it's kind of nice for commuting around here, not gonna lie. But what's funny is if I had my regular skateboard, I'd be laughing at me with the electric skateboard. I feel like it goes both ways. Like, I've heard people laugh at people that don't have electric skateboard, like electric skateboards are the future of skateboarding. Like, that is so far from the truth. But I will say it is a different way to commute, and I'm kind of enjoying it as much as I like almost didn't want to be enjoying it. I am having a lot of fun kind of riding around on it. It is a smooth ride. I don't know if you could be doing any tricks on it though. We'll get into that next. I was gonna make a point in this video to say how those scooter things are probably safer than this, which I think are still very true. Because I'm a skater, I can ride on this, but I think if you're not a skater, it'd be really hard. Like, you can maybe learn some fundamentals, like how to carve around with this thing, but it can enable you to not really figure out board control, which, and then you have this like weird funky style. So yeah, check this out. Seeing everything really quick. That is definitely the advantage. Once you have some speed, you can actually let go of the gas. I'm realizing that kind of like on a little bit of a slope right here, and I'm allowed to just coast. So you can ride it without the motor. I think that's pretty crucial considering this board is really heavy. Like, if you're commuting somewhere and you had to carry your board, because you can't really lock this up like you can a bike, it'd be really, I don't know, I guess what I'm trying to say, annoying carrying it, or it'd be like not as fun. But you know, there's pros and cons is what I'm trying to find, is that sweet balance. So far, would I take one of these somewhere? I think it depends on where you're going. It is a great way to see stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I can't deny that. I think that is the one thing that I can definitely say that it does. It takes you around to places, it commutes you. I get to see the Air Museum. Whoop whoop, we're on the whole other side of the park. Honestly, it took me less than 5 minutes. On a skateboard, that probably would have took me about 15, maybe 20, depending on like how aggressively I was pushing. So comparable to a longboard, but faster than a longboard, I would suppose. So it sucks. Like, I don't want to like the electric skateboard. So I mean, there are things that I'm realizing that are hard. Like, you can't turn around very easily. You need a lot of room, a lot of space to turn around, like do a full-blown U-turn. You know, it could be tight. What I do like though, can't really get wheel bite because of the way they design the board. I do like that. What do you guys think? You got the hippie jump? Hippie jump that onto this? That's not happening. I'd rather do that on like a real skateboard. That's an actual trick. That's the thing about these things. They're for fun, they're for commuting. They're not really like pushing skateboarding forward. It's not the future of skateboarding, like I said, nothing like that. But I do think they are pretty nice for getting around the park. Let's try to get to the other end of the park and see how fast I can do it. This is top speed going uphill. I'm going pretty quick, probably like 15 miles per hour, maybe a little bit faster. Not mad about that. You know, it does pick up pretty quick and kind of just lock you into a nice speed. Man, it is cool not having to push. It feels weird. I think I'm like giving you the old man's perspective on this right now. But in all reality, it is very dangerous. Like, if I didn't know how to skateboard, I wouldn't feel this comfortable going this fast. It's been about, I don't know, 25 seconds. I'm already halfway through here. I feel like I'm cruising. It's not bad. I'm not mad at it, you know. I think it's a smooth ride. I will say that. The wheels that I have are for street. I think they're like street wheels, but they already look like they're getting some wear and tear on them. I'll show you in a second once I stop over here at the water area, and we'll talk a little more about the electric skateboard, my thoughts so far. Man, I almost like don't want to give you my honest opinion just because I'm zinging through here. It is fun. It is enjoyable. I think this would be really cool in like a busy city, but again, what you do with your skateboard when you get to your destination, it's a little bit tough. Something I also just realized is that this is like a good camera dolly. You can totally use this and put your camera on it, use it as a dolly. It's like pretty smooth. I use dollies. I use skateboards quite a lot to like dolly for tripods. So it could be like a multi-functional, multi-purpose thing for sure. The board is about halfway through its battery. I've been riding for, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or so, consistently, like on and off. And the remote is at 1% or like 1 bar of battery left. So the battery's not lasting too long. Maybe I need to charge it longer, we'll see. But yeah, because the thing is with something like this, you would be going on like an all-day adventure and you'd probably need it to last. And like I said, it is a pretty heavy, it's like compared to like 4 skateboards, maybe like heavy duty skateboards. So it can be hard if like you have to walk around with it quite a lot. So if you're just sightseeing and rolling around, I think it's good. But if you have to like stop and go into anywhere like a coffee shop or anything like that, you're gonna have a hard time or just get frustrated or just gonna get a dead arm because it's really heavy and the battery's not lasting too long. Pretty similar to riding a longboard where like you can go over a lot of cracks, go over a lot of bumps because the wheels are so big. They're thin wheels though, and I already noticed there's some chunks. I'll show you the board once we get back closer towards the car. I don't want to get stuck on the other side of the park. It'll be a long walk back. Yeah, like I said, the battery doesn't last as long as I thought it would last, but maybe if you get a full charge, you can go a lot further with it as well. Like when you give it some gas, like, oh, it definitely zings you back. Slowing down is actually pretty smooth if you're going fast, but like if you're going slow and you try to slow down, it stops you immediately, which can just send you flying off the board. So in that sense, it could be pretty dangerous. You probably do want to wear a helmet. I'm not wearing one right now because like I said, I've been skating my whole life. I think just like rolling around on the street, I should be okay. I would hope so. We'll give you my conclusion thoughts on this ride when we get back. It's starting to slow down. I can tell. That's one thing too, is like, I think as the battery dies, the board starts to slow down. So you're not gonna go to an immediate stop. I think once it kills, you're just like slowly running out of gas, essentially. Pretty funny, you can like keep pushing it and sending it away even when you're not on it. Like for a second I had to record it and I was like accidentally hitting the throttle and the board just kept going and zooming. So who an electric skateboard is for, I think it is for someone that's like maybe not as physically able to ride a bike or a normal skateboard. I will say, if you're the type of person that has a job near you that you go and commute to in your car and it's only like a couple miles away, this would be pretty dope. Like to ride this into your work, and then ride it home, you know, not polluting the air, probably a little bit better like digital footprint and like physical footprint. So yeah, I think that's who maybe this skateboard is for. These electric skateboards are definitely not the future of skateboarding. I don't know if I'll be using it again. Maybe at one point somewhere if it's a right situation, but would I buy something like this? Definitely not. I would spend my money on a regular skateboard. So with that said, thanks to Posway for sending me this electric skateboard and reviewing it and being authentic with you guys. There's a link down below if this is something you're interested in. Check it out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video of me just being honest, authentic, and reviewing this. And make sure you smash that subscribe button. If you're not already, smash that like button. It really helps me and support this channel and this mission of just being honest and reviewing things. I normally don't do product reviews because I feel like I just have a hard time like making it good for the company and being authentic. So that's what this is. Yeah. See you guys in the next one. Mash.